morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are in the world. My name is Jessica, and today this Kiwi is building a bookshelf. And so this is going to be quite different to what we usually do. It's going to be very chilled, very relaxed. At the moment, I am just clearing my old bookshelf of all the books and the crystals and the other little knickknacks that I've got. And I was really happy that this bookshelf showed up. Actually, you'll see it in a minute, um, because I got scammed out of my last one. I spent 60 bucks and that 60 bucks went nowhere. And so everything's off that shelf and I'm just giving it a bit of a dust before I move it. I probably should have done that afterwards, but live and learn. And now it's time to move it. I wasn't quite sure where to move this when I was first doing this because I thought about just moving it to where it was going to be. And then I thought, actually, now's a great opportunity to move it right out of the way and get everything nice and vacuumed, um, and looking fresh. And then that happened. Uh, I wasn't a happy chappy when that happened, actually. Um, I mean, it's a cheap bookshelf from somewhere. It wasn't built well. I'm the first person to admit I am not the best read. I am not the best builder in the entire world. Uh, yeah, here I am. That was not something that I needed uh, that day with that going on. Uh, but there we are. That happened. I'm just taking a couple of moments to recenter myself. Oh, back at it. Vacuums out. We're gonna vacuum the floor, make it all make it all nice and fresh and ready for a new bookshelf and that one as well. Here we go. I'm trying to rebuild it already and I'm trying to build it in the spot where it's just going to be. And so my thought is that I could just put this back together. I wouldn't have to move it and it would be fine. Um, Easier said than done. That looks quite stable at the moment. I'm just hammering a little bit just to try and get those screws back in there properly. It had this weird plastic, these weird plastic screw holders or something that went on top of the screws to really make it grip into place. And unfortunately, when that when that all fell apart, all those white plastic things kind of broke in half, or some of them did, or some of them broke off completely. And so that was quite difficult to get my head around. That was my cat that just poked his head in there. His name is Neo. He's beautiful. He's loving. He's about 2.5 years old. Um, I gave up on that bookshelf and let's build the new one. So this new one is more like a TBR cart style. I have seen a lot of TBR carts through BookTube, but they tend to be either 2 or 3 sections up, and this one had 1, 2, 3, 4. This one had 5 tiers, and so for the amount of books that I had that were just lying around my bedroom, and creating a mess. I thought the 5 tier would actually be really good, but it was still wheelable. Um, and so that's why I chose that one. And that's me just trying to get the new shelf on top of that one, and it's just not working. I'm obviously having a day of it because building stuff or doing anything like that just wasn't working well for me that day. And now I'm very excited because it's on and now I can test it and put a book on it. Yes, yes, very, very proud of yourself, Juicy. Very proud of yourself. It was quite a nice moment actually. I was feeling quite frustrated with that other bookshelf. And so building this compared to that bookshelf was very easy. And that just shows you how light and I was gonna say cheap and crappy. I mean it kind of is, but in a good way. It was light, it was easy to build. Oh, here we go. Oh, oh no. Yeah, yep, you make that face. So that was some new frustration to add to that. I had a win with that TBR cut, um, and now it just the rest of that bookshelf just broke again. So here I am still hammering away. I'm trying. I'm getting there. At this point, I haven't completely lost hope. Um, I've still got that good old Kiwi, she'll be right attitude. Bit of super glue, bit of hammering, surely I can do it. And at this point, I'm thinking, I can do this. These final shelves, they're easy enough for me to lift. All I have to do is get them in the right holes and it'll be fine because that top part of it was actually quite sturdy. Um, and after several failed attempts, and then that shelf fell off, and then that one. Okay, pop the top of that down, try and fix it up. Yep, that that happened. That happened. Um, I was starting to lose face. I was starting to lose faith at this point. I was getting really you can see it. I was starting to get very frustrated. Uh, and so I thought, why not build it now from the top and have the top on the bottom? And so now the bookshelf is technically upside down, but it works. And so actually the build from here on out is pretty easy to build. Instead of building it all the way, I moved it into place. In that way, once it was there, I didn't have to worry about trying to move it again, trying to, and it collapsing all over the place. And so just doing a bit more of a vacuum there, try and make things look a little bit nice. Tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of on an angle of the TBR cart. I quite like it. It gives the space a little bit more of an enclosed feeling. And actually looking at it now, yeah, it looks quite nice. So I quite like it, but let me know what you guys think as well. And now we're just putting away all of our books. So there's been a bit of a change. That top shelf remains like all my big sets. So we've got my Harry Potter Slytherin editions hardback, which are absolutely gorgeous. Um, and then the shelf below that is all my keeper books that I've read and that I'm going to keep. And so you'll see that that is not quite full up. And then we're just going through and adding all the books from my physical TBR that I can put there. There's a little bit of a gap that I'm leaving on that middle shelf there, and that's because there's a plug that's exposed there, and I just don't want books that are really too close to that in case I decide to use that plug. And having that there, it's nice and easy to access. And so the books that I just placed up on the top there, it's another really big set. Um, and you'll see that in my next book haul, and I'm actually really excited to read them. So look out for that. I'm not sure when that'll come, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Now that we've pretty much finished that white bookshelf, and the black shelf we've got books that I'm part way through, and then we've got our Kiwi shelf, and then I've got other normal books, and I've also got series as well that I needed to be read. And so that's my bookshelf tour slash build slash aneurysm. Do let me know what you thought of it. It was quite different. For part of it, I really enjoyed doing it. And I hope it was really entertaining. Certainly did not expect my original bookshelf to fall apart on me, but we got there in the end. We rebuilt it, and it's a little bit different, but it's there now. It's not going to move. So let me know what you thought of the video, and let me know what you think of the positioning of the new TBR cart. For my bookshelf falling over and me having to rebuild it, please give me a like. Please give me a subscribe and comment and all of that good stuff. And until next time, bye bye.